Since Jerome was out earlier on today, we have 2 additional cases, and I'll ask Jerome to speak to those, but that brings to a total of 18 the number of cases within Victoria. We have 75 exposure sites, 1,500 primary close contacts and 5,000 secondary close contacts. That's how fast this moves. I want to assure all Victorians that our contact tracers, our public health experts, all the team are moving faster than they ever have. They're doing a brilliant job, and I'm very proud of them and very grateful to them. But as fast as they're moving, they're just keeping pace with this virus. They're not getting in front of it. And unless they get in front of it, we won't drive these numbers down. In fact, they will ultimately get away from us. That is why it's with a heavy heart, but with an absolute necessity and a determination to beat this Delta strain, just as we did a few weeks ago, that the Chief Health Officer and the Public Health team have recommended to me and my Cabinet colleagues that we lock Victoria down from 11:59 p.m. tonight until 11:59 p.m. next Tuesday night. This will be a hard lockdown, similar to, in fact identical to what we did a couple of weeks ago. If you were authorised to work then, you will be authorised to work now. If you were closed then, you will be closed now. It is detailed, there's absolute clarity. We're doing it the way we always do it. Cases, contacts and contacts of contacts, and we're even going further than that. We've got a list of those people who can work, list of those businesses that can be open, and a list who cannot. So it is essentially a repeat of the successful strategy from just a couple of weeks ago. That was successful then, this will be successful now, and in anticipation of the great work that I know every Victorian will do, I'm very, very grateful. We would prefer that this had not come to our state. We would prefer that we didn't have to deal with these issues, but this is so infectious. This is such a challenge that we must do this. You only get one chance to go hard and go fast. If you wait, if you hesitate, if you doubt, then you will always be looking back wishing you had done more earlier. I am not prepared to avoid a 5-day lockdown now only to find ourselves in a 5-week or a 5-month lockdown. That's why we're making this very difficult decision, and it's why I know Victorians will, despite the pain and the difficulty of this, know and understand that there is no option. What's more, they'll know and understand that they each have an important part to play in the success of this lockdown. Now, in terms of the statewide nature of this, we do have exposure sites and issues, challenges, in places like Ballan and Bacchus Marsh and Barwon Heads. We've got an AFL football game where it appears people who did not knowingly spend any time together and don't know each other have infected each other. One of those teams, Geelong, a regional team, every chance that there is a spread of people, a cross-section of people from not just metropolitan Melbourne. However, because I know and understand, having grown up in a regional community a long way away from Melbourne, I know and understand how frustrating it is for people who don't have, for communities, townships that don't have cases and don't have exposure sites to be locked down. We will release those parts of regional Victoria that it is safe to release before next Tuesday, if it is safe to do so. To give you an example, we've got some outstanding tests from a number of different regional communities. If they come back, as we hope, negative, then just as we will release those thousands of people who are in ISO waiting for the test result, we may be able to release parts of regional Victoria. We want to keep this as simple as possible, but we always want to be proportionate and make sure that everyone's playing their part as they need to do. No more, no less. And I again acknowledge, if you're in the far east of the state or the Alpine region or in the northwest of the state, for instance, it's very challenging to be locked down because of things that are happening in Melbourne. The challenge here is they might be happening in other places. We don't know yet, and we have to have an abundance of caution given how virulent, given how infectious, given how fast this Delta variant moves.